The Patron GT3 Challenge by Yokohama is presented by the Patron Spirits Company, the #1 ultimate tequila in the world, simply perfect. By Yokohama, where technology drives better tires. And by Porsche Motorsport North America. There are two lines that matter most in racing, the finish line and the bloodline. We are back to beautiful Monterey, California, and there is a great sight. Paul Barnhart Jr. hopping out of his number 71 Kelly Moss Racing Porsche. And after that wild ride, that is good news indeed. The cleanup continues. And Barnhart, that's the nice piece of news, getting escorted around the front of the car. Obviously, he wants to have a look at the damage to his race car. Then they'll put him in the ambulance and just take him in, as always, for any kind of a wreck like that. And you can see his glasses got a little bit deranged in the incident. That was about it. Fluid down on the track. The great workers from the IMSA safety team, as well as the track EV crews, working on the cleanup here to get that done, putting down some oil dry, some absorbent. They'll get Enrique Cisneros' car loaded up, and we would be getting back to racing, and here it came. The green flag, and Ross Smith, once again, after building a margin, has to do it all over again. After the third and final full course caution, the green flag flies. Smith leads away. Carlisle still right there in second, and Carlisle keeps getting the opportunities, but Smith has just proved elusive. Now, this was a great move by Carlisle. Remember the outside pass he made at the very start of the race was his best opportunity. He gave it a go, but Ross Smith had him covered just enough and was not able to make it work. And as you can see, right before that full course caution, Amadeo Quiros was able to get around Mike Shine and move up into the third spot. So it's Smith, then Carlisle, then Amadeo Quiros. But here you see the number 25 of Andres Cisneros, who had a bit of a moment and got ushered off the track as well. But then this moment happened. Jorge Treos trying to come up and take a run at Mike Shine, got a little over aggressive, got into the back of Mike. Mike, now watch, you see Jorge's car just get up in the air just a little bit. He would suffer just a little bit of damage, but worse still, if you heard that radio call in the background, he was going to get asked to come into the pits for a drive-through penalty for avoidable contact that would take him out of the play. And you can see him right now, he's limping around at this point, and you can see the car is seriously damaged at this part. He's just trying to bring something home for a finish, but still has to make that stop into the pits. Peter Lesafre comes swinging by and is going to make the pass as well as Jorge Treos after a very good aggressive drive up through the pack. Obviously going to get penalized, and with the damage is going to fall back off the pace, but certainly proves some excitement to be sure. And the former IMSA GTU champion from the early IMSA days back and showing he still has that tremendous amount of pace. But here we go. White flag out. Ross Smith continues to lead. Carlisle in second, but he's got his hands full. There you see the margin that Ross was able to open up in the last couple of laps. The guy is absolutely flying this year, and Darryl Carlisle has nothing but mirrors full of Amadeo Quiros in that Costa Rica Pura Vida entry from Asco Motorsports, chasing Carlisle's Kelly Moss Racing entry. This is the battle for second overall and in the Platinum category. And Carlisle comes in here pretty strong in terms of the points, and with Quiros obviously running the gold class at the opening 2 rounds at Sebring, with Carlisle with an opportunity here, if he can hang on, will solidify his hold on second in the points, although Ross Smith will expand it out with his third straight win from his third straight pole. But Quiros was not about to give up. He was going to continue to hound him, but Ross Smith down for the last time through Rainy Curve, down into turn 10, that banked fall-away right-hander, and then down into turn 11. Tight over 90-degree left-hander, start feeding it power, swings hard left, right to the wall, get as close to his crew as he can, and Ross Smith earns his third consecutive win in 3 races of the season. Perfect. Poles in each as well. What a great weekend. And here comes Carlos Eduardo's, who adds his third consecutive win from a third straight pole in the Gold Cup category. And you see Jorge Treos' car sitting in the back, servicing his penalty, and then going out to complete his final lap. And that wraps up round 3 for Monterey. When we come back, we'll hear from the top 3 in each of the 2 categories. Welcome back to Monterey and the Patron GT3 Challenge by Yokohama. Let's get to some results. First in the Platinum category, Ross Smith, as I said, third straight win. Carlisle second, a great return to the class by Amadeo Quiros. And Chris Cumming, Tim Rosengren, then John Baker and Brett Holden taking their points battle and turning it into a great skirmish on the track. The 6th and 7th, and John Baker was the one who made that one work. Then Peter Lasafra in 8th, Gary Pennington in 9th, and then at the back, Treos and Shine. Very quick both, but obviously, as a result of their contretemps, end up at the back of the pack. Let's get down to Jamie, who's got our top 3 in Platinum.
Ross, a little bit of help with this caution today, but you still drove away with this race. How much fun was it?
It's a lot of fun. You know, I really wish there wasn't any caution at all. I wanted to drive the whole race, you know, and keep progressing, keep progressing. But, you know, I mean, all in all, our team, I think Max Paper Racing has established itself as the real McCoy. And I got to go out there and perform the best I can because they give me the best equipment, and I can't let those guys down, and they don't let me down. But another special thanks out to Ed Brown for putting together a good sponsorship towards a great series, and Yokohama also for giving us great rubber under the car.
Well, getting the pass done was key, you know, on the first lap, you know, going out into the turn 2, and you know, I was able to take an outside line, and everybody raced real clean. You know, there was nobody that pushed me off the exit or anything. So, you know, Mike Shine did an outstanding job of, you know, holding on to it, and I was able to get that pass done. And so that was the key for me. And then we, you know, had a number of double yellows, and I'd like to say, you know, thank you to my daughter being here, and my rest of my family, Patty and Dane. I appreciate you guys, all your support. So.
Yes, for me it's very important to have this podium, because the last year when I race here, I can do it. And this for this race, I changed my car to 09 to 010, and I feel very good. And I want to be in the podium in the next race. And the other thing is, my son raced today with me, and he finished second. That means he's very happy for all the family.
Indeed, a good day for the Quiros clan. Let's take a look at our gold results. Eduardo gets the win, but there's Quiros Jr. in 2nd, Kendall Smith right there in 3rd, Ludovico Manfredi from 10th up into 4th, Nick Jones from 15th into 5th. We got some great drives here. Jason Carter from 14th up into 6th. And then we take a look a little bit further back in the pack, and you can see the drivers who all had some issues. Cisneros, Chang, Cisneros in terms of the 26 of Enrique, and Barnhart with that huge crash. Once again, let's find Jamie, who's got our top 3.
Carlos, Eduardo, we talked about at the beginning of the race, you started on pole and you held on. Did those cautions help you?
Well, I would wish we could race more, but it definitely helped, yes.
Talk us through the race a little bit. What kind of pressure were you feeling?
You know, I was in the mood of racing. At the beginning with my teammate, it was really hard, but then it was just on the flow, and I had a bunch of fun.
Well, I think it's the best race in my life. I started 4th, and I went to 3rd, and I went out of the track, and then went down all the way back to 25th, and I just kept pushing and pushing and pushing, and I finished 2nd. That's great. I passed like 3 cars per lap, and I don't know, thanks to everyone in the team.
I felt like I had a really good race pace at the beginning, and it just kept on dwindling. I think we might have gotten maybe six racing laps, and it held my gap away. Like, I got a good gap at the beginning, and then the yellows kept bunching everybody up, and unfortunately I spent quite a bit of time in qualifying, so I think I had a little less tire at the end, which unfortunately the last lap Amadeo got me, but man, it was great. We kept it clean. It was awesome.
Much to celebrate here at Monterey as the checkered flag flies, and the drivers who all finished, certainly, but those who finished in the top 3 in particular and made the podium, enjoying the moment. But more to come from Monterey.